Hello.
Ali, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I am okay. What about you?
All good, good.
Now, what time is it in your country? I think it's 10, isn't it?
9.
It's 9. Is it
Yeah.
late?
No.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
how was
Now
the
I coming from my work. Yeah.
now? Holy God, is it how many hours do you work daily?
Sorry.
How many hours do you work daily?
I start 11 a.m. till 8:30, and I come take my dinner and I
Uh,
start with you.
take your dinner.
But
Don't you? Uh,
only this day I start 11, but usually I start 9 a.m.
uh,
and I work 2 jobs. So today I don't have the night jobs, just not job. I have um, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this one night job,
two,
and 6 days in the morning.
two jobs. Isn't hard, Ali?
Sorry,
Isn't hard to work two jobs, to have two jobs?
it's not easy, but I'm working a lot, so I don't have any problem with the jobs. Yeah, with
Ah,
two
so
jobs.
yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah, I worked before in Saudi Arabia before like 1 year or 1 year and a half. I work
Mm,
in Saudi Arabia.
mhm.
Hmm.
Again, what is your profession?
I work as a hairdresser.
You work in as a hairdresser?
Yeah,
Amazing.
and night job I work restaurant.
What is it specifically? Is it wait
No,
cook?
I'm the manager.
Ah, amazing.
Yeah,
Okay. By the way, God bless you. I know that sometimes life is hard and we
yeah,
have to do
exactly.
things we don't like to do.
Especially when you are coming new country, so you need to work hard on the beginning. After that, you rest and yeah.
I've seen three kids in your profile picture. Aren't they your kids?
Yeah, I have one daughter and two. I have one girl and two boy.
Two boys.
Yeah,
God bless them.
thank you.
Mm.
What about you?
No, I'm still single.
Yeah,
Okay, so I think now, Ali, we have to complete the idea that we have started talking about. If you remember, we have started talking about reading aloud. And you notice that we have a certain passage. You need to read this passage aloud. Keep in
yeah,
mind that you have to speak clearly as you noticed before, and you have to keep the intonation into your consideration. Don't forget the punctuation marks. I mean, when you notice the commas, the full stops, the
yeah,
parentheses, ellipses, colon, semicolon. So please keep in mind that you have to pause in speaking because this is punctuation marks and absolutely you will get marks in using the correct pauses. Okay,
yeah,
if you remember, Ali, we have reached practicing the passage number 2. And now it's the time to practice reading the question number 3. So I'm going to give you, okay, because we are in the beginning, take your time to prepare the passage. And when you're ready, please tell me to start reading this passage.
so the passage number 3. Yeah,
If 3, please, yes.
yeah, yeah,
So are you ready?
yeah,
Let me start my time so you can start reading.
yeah. So when the young artist was asked about his drawing, he explained that he had started by taking a photograph of himself sitting by a window at home. He then drew his face from the photograph and replaced the buildings which were outside the window with trees.
Mhm.
Trees give the picture a softer, more artistic
Mhm.
background.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you so much. You took 57 seconds to read the passage. You have to be a
Yeah,
little faster, please, Ali, because you only have 30 seconds. Okay. Now, let me circle the two simple past verbs because you have to read them loudly now. Okay, I underlined all the words that you said wrong. How can I read this verb again?
asked.
Okay, if you remember yesterday, Ali, we said that if the simple past ends with voiceless sound, notice that is voiceless. I have to delete the E sound and replace the D as and replace it with T. So it will be what?
Asked,
Asked.
asked, yeah,
Asked.
asked.
Okay. It is the same with this. Notice that replace ends with voiceless. So you have to delete the
Replaced.
exactly. So please don't forget this rule because punctuation is extremely important. Now,
Yeah,
how can I read this word?
photograph.
Photograph, exactly. You said photographer. If
Yeah,
you, yeah, if you are aware of any mistake, please try to correct it immediately because absolutely the listener is going to consider it as a wrong
yeah.
word, not correct one. So if
Okay,
you realize a mistake while reading, please correct yourself immediately. As I told you, don't be shy because absolutely you will lose a certain mark if you don't correct yourself.
yeah,
How,
yeah.
how can I read this verb?
Which one?
This one.
Draw.
This is not to draw, this is drew.
Drew.
Okay? Uh, let me write two verbs, Amali, and you have to read them to me. Let me write this verb and let me write this verb. How can I read these two verbs?
Throw.
This is a throw, exactly. And the second one
Yeah.
is
Throw.
this is through.
Through.
This is a throw, this is a through. It is the same with these two verbs. So please be careful because this is extremely important. This is W and this is GREW, the past of the first one. How can I read, how can I read these two verbs?
Grow.
Uh-huh. The second one is
Gray. Grow.
this is grow, this is grew.
Grow and grew.
This is it. So please note this because if you want to say it correctly, the listener is going to say that this is simple present, this is simple past, this is simple present, and this is simple past. So the EW you have to say ooh, not O, but ooh.
Yeah.
So I have to say it drew, but not to draw.
Yeah.
So this is extremely important because absolutely you need to get a good mark. How can I read this verb?
Give.
Okay. And this verb,
Gift.
this is give. This is gave.
Gave.
Gave is the past of give.
Okay.
Exactly. So if you want to say them in a wrong way, Amali, the listener is going to think that you are using the simple past, not the simple present, or vice versa, absolutely.
Mhm.
What about this verb? Let me make zoom in. Wait, maybe the page is not that clear. So let me zoom the page in. Yes, let me erase my screen and let's go back. How can I read this one?
So this one, artistic.
Artistic, exactly. This is what?
Background.
Are you French educated, Ali?
I'm French and educated, but it's a long time ago, you know.
Okay. How can I read this one?
Back.
Back, exactly. And this one?
Ground.
So can you read them in one word?
Background.
Background.
Yeah.
So the K, you are omitting the K. So you have to pronounce the K. So you have to say background, not background.
Yeah.
So please,
Background.
exactly, reading is extremely important and you have to read the words correctly. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to give you your own time just to prepare passage number 4 and you have to read it loudly. So take your time.
Yeah. Okay. Humans need to use energy in order to exist. So it is freezing that the way people have been uh, processing
Uh-huh.
energy is the respons respon responsibly for current environmental environmental problems. Politician comes in my forms, but those that are most con- concrete
Uh-huh.
because of the impact on health result from the com- combustion of fuel in power station and cars stations
This is stations. Thank you
stations
for
and cars. Yeah.
exactly. Thank you for correcting yourself. Okay. Uh, Ali, to make the things easier while reading, try to read the base form of the verb. I mean by base form, let's take a look at this word.
Yeah.
Notice an is a prefix. Prefix means some letters I can use at the beginning of the word. So
Yeah.
an is a prefix. Ing, it's suffix. Some letters I can use at the end of the word. It is called suffix. Okay, let's read the word which is in the middle because it is the base form. How can you read this?
Surprise.
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 Okay. Now we know that this is surprise. Now, what if I want to add the suffix with it? It will be what?
So unsurprising.
Surprise and surprise and surprising. So please try to read the base form of the verb, of the adjective, of anything in the beginning, and you can combine the connectors like prefixes, suffixes, just to be able to read the unknown word or maybe the long word.
Yeah.
And the second way, as I told you, you have to split the word into what? Into syllables. So let's take a look at this word. We have responsible. Responsible, exactly. So please, you have to keep these two ways into your mind just to be able to read every or any word correctly. So this is unsurprising and this is responsible. How can I read this word?
Order.
Yes, thank you. What about this one?
Producing.
Producing, exactly. What about this one?
Largely.
Largely. 80% of the adjectives, Ali. 80% of the adjectives, if you want to add ly, they become adverbs. So try to delete the ly. It will be what? Large.
Large.
And add the ly to be adverb. So how can I read it again?
Largely.
Largely, exactly, because this is adverb. What about this one?
Current.
Current, exactly. Current, which means now, this is a keyword for the present continuous. How can I read this word?
Problems.
Yes. What about this one? We have ing should be deleted.
Concerning.
Concerning, exactly. So without ing, it is concern, but with ing,
Concern.
it becomes concerning, exactly. Now, what about this word?
Phyllis. Phyllis.
This is you.
Fuels.
Fuel. Fuels.
Fuels.
Exactly. So fuels. This is it. Fuel. Not fool, because I heard you saying fool. This is fool, and this is fuel. Absolutely, we have,
Fuels.
these two words are completely different in meaning and pronunciation exactly. How can I read this word?
Power.
Yeah, what about this one?
Stations.
It is stations. You said situations.
Yeah.
So please try to slow down just to check the spelling of the word just to be able to read it. And to be honest, you took 1 minute to read this
Yeah.
passage. I know this is a long period of time, but by practicing, Amali, absolutely, you will reduce the time by reading faster and faster. So please keep practicing as much as you can.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can we start directly on these? Maybe.
please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Clearly, times are changing, and while many people are saving for their retirement,
Mm,
many more style need to do so. Most uh, countries have
mm,
a range of patient
mhm,
schemes
mhm,
that are designed to pro, provide
mhm,
and develop individuals
mhm,
with income once they stop working. People need to take advantage of these
mhm.
this if they are to have suf- sufficient sufficient
Mhm.
money throughout their
Mm.
retir- re- retirement
Mm.
retirement years.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I know that this text has really hard words to say, but absolutely we have to practice them. As I told you before, Ali, if you see any long word, you have to split the words into syllables.
I tried to split this one, but yeah,
Ah, this is we. We is a prefix like restart, replay. So re is or could be add to a certain verb to make the repetition of the word like restart, replay, regain, restate, restart, or replay.
retirement.
Yeah, exactly. So we have tire and we have meant. So three syllables. This is retirement. Yes. What about this one?
Still,
Still, you said style. Absolutely. This is a style and this is still. So this is style and this is still.
yeah,
And how can I read this word?
pension.
Pension, exactly. Pension means when you become old and you still receiving your salary. How can I
Yeah,
read this word?
session,
Okay. Let me write
sessions.
another word approximately the same, and you have to tell me the way that I have to read this word. How can I read this one?
School,
So the S with CH, it's K. This is school. So this is what? Schemes.
schemes,
Okay. Schemes. What about this one?
designed,
Okay. This is not S, but this is Z.
designed,
Design. Okay. And notice that the N is voiced. So I have to delete the E sound and I have to keep the D. So it will be what?
designed,
Designed.
designed.
You have to completely delete the E sound, Ali, please. So
Yeah,
design, designed. What about this one?
proved,
Okay. Let me tell you something concerning the pronunciation of Ali. 80%, not all the words, be careful. I'm not saying that all the words, 80%. 80% of the words, if you find E letter at the end, the vowel sound should be pronounced as vowel. Let me give you an example. Um, First of all, the vowel letters are five. Let me write them because I have to tell you something. So this is A, this is E, this is I, this is O, this is U. So these are the vowel letters, and I have to read them, Ali, as A, E, I, O, U. Okay, now the rule is saying again 80% of the words. If I want to add E at the end of the word, we have to pronounce the vowel letter as it is. Let me give you an example. Can you read this word? How
hate,
can? It's what? This is
no, hate,
this is hat.
hat,
Now, if I want to add E at the end, it will be what?
hat,
Now you have to say hate.
hate,
So please, sometimes, as I told you, 80% of the words, if you find the E letter at the end, the vowel letter, we have to pronounce it as it is. I mean, as it is like A, E, I, O, U. So this is A becomes hate. So hat, notice that it's not like the way that I have to pronounce the vowel letters. Why? Because hat, we have no E. But with E, we have to read the vowel as it is. The hat becomes hate.
Okay.
Another example, and now let me write the second example. How can I read this word? Wait. What about this one?
Cab.
It's car.
Car. Car.
So this is
Car. You
car.
need E, yeah?
If I want to add E, it will be what?
Care.
Exactly. So notice that sometimes, again, only 80% of the words, not all of them. If I find E, the vowel letter before should be pronounced as it is, like this one. So notice IED. This is prove. Prove what?
Provide.
Provide, exactly. So be careful. This rule is really important. But as I told you, not all the words, because some words I cannot apply the rule, or the rule is not applied to all the words. Okay, let's take a look at this word, this one. Absolutely, we have to divide the words into syllables. Let's try to say in, this is in, and notice that D-I-V-I-D, this is J, J. So it will be individual.
Individual.
So individual, individuals.
So why you will say individual without G? So IVI is G.
Exactly. D-I-V-I-D, we have to say J, J.
Okay.
Okay, individuals. Not only this one. And if you find S-U-R, you have to say je, je. So I have to say je, like a procedure. Notice that the procedure ends with S-U-R-E. So any S-U-R-E at the end, you have to say je, procedure.
Sure.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let me erase everything. Now let's try to read this word again.
Sufficing.
Sufficient.
Sufficient.
The meaning of sufficient is enough. So you have to say to have sufficient money throughout the retirement years. So this is sufficient. Okay?
Yeah.
The opposite of sufficient, the opposite is insufficient, not enough. So sufficient,
Okay.
insufficient. Sufficient money, insufficient money. Enough money, not enough money.
Okay.
So this is it. The pronunciation again is extremely important to read correctly. Now let me scroll down a little bit. Now you have to read number 6 loudly. If you need time to prepare yourself, you can do it. If you don't, you can start reading immediately.
Okay. According to recent research, sunshine and warm weather have a positive effect on our mood. The British Journal of Physiology has published a report in which it claims the anxiety levels fail when temperature
Mhm.
rise.
Mm.
We while increased exposure,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah, SURE is G,
Exposure.
exposure to sunshine makes you think more positively about our lives.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know that we have some little hard words just to pronounce, but absolutely we have to practice them again. How can I read this word, Ali?
Recent,
Yeah, the stress is on E, recent.
recent.
Yes. So the stress is not on C like recent, it is recent. Recent research. What about this word?
Bridge.
But we have I and I. So it is British. British. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So uh, let me write two words and you have to read them to me now. This is number one and this is number two. How can I read these two words? Keep in mind that we have I and I. So how can I read this word?
Original.
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 Original. This word is,
Original.
this is original and this is original. So be
What means
careful.
original?
Original is not fake.
Not fake.
Mm.
And the original is the
Original is the general one.
yeah.
So this is the difference between pronunciation of these two words. So this is a British, not British, but a British original. And because we have big difference between original and original, if you want to omit the I sound.
Yeah.
Okay, let me erase and let's try complete a practice in this word. Okay, I know that this word is hard, but I have to tell you something about this. How can I read this word?
Physiology.
Uh-huh. Okay. All the time, Ali, if you check or can see P, S, Y, the P should be deleted. It is written, it is silent, written but not said. The S is it, and the Y is I. So it will be
Physiology.
it's Psi. This is it.
Psychology.
Psi. Why did you delete the K? All the time, the CHO, Ali, I have to read the CH as K because we have like school. So,
Psychology.
psychology, exactly. So, the P is silent, the Y is I have to say psychology. It's from psych or psycho. I don't know if you heard in the movies or something like that, someone is saying to the other one, yeah, you are psycho or something like that. This is psycho, because it is out of psychology.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Now, how can I read this word?
Published.
Yeah, published, exactly. What about this one?
Limbs.
Okay. Now again, 80% of the words, please be careful, 80%, not all of them. 80% of the words, if you see Ali, A with I, you have to say A. Again, 80% of the words, if you see I,
Claims.
claims, exactly. Okay, claims. This word this is extremely important. A good vocab. This is in anxiety.
In anxiety.
In anxiety, and we have anxious. So in anxiety, please be careful while reading this word because you have to say it as anxiety. Okay?
Okay.
And what about this word?
Fal.
Are you sure? The A pronounced as O.
Full. Oh.
A fall. Okay, it's O. How can I read this word, Ali?
All.
So you didn't say al, you said the A, absolutely with L, you said it O. So all fall, all together. Okay?
Yeah.
Hmm. What about this one? And I told you that if we have, what about this one?
Temperatures.
Okay. Again, most of the words, 80% of the words, if you see T-U-R-E, you have to say sure.
Hello.
Sure. Can you hear me, Ali? Ali, Ali, are you okay? I don't know if you can hear me, Ali. Uh,